So it doesn't look like Jaylen Brown is going to be able to suit up for the Boston Celtics tonight as they travel to D.C., our nation's capital, to take on the Washington Wizards. How's that going to affect the game if Boston, already without Tatum all year, is now without Brown as well? Let's talk about it. Teddy covers WagerTalk.com with a big game breakdown for Thursday night NBA. Right now, looking at the Odds Logic live odds screen, I'm seeing mostly 10s out there with Boston as road favorites. A couple of 9.5s popping up for the Celtics. Looking at the Odds Logic live odds screen. And by the way, guys, free 7-day trial. Check it out. oddslogic.com/Teddy. Free 7 days of our live odds product. This time of year, we have college football, and all the lines are going to come out for all the bowls this weekend. That's going to be insane for a good couple hours, maybe even for a day or two. But with college football and NFL and NBA and college hoops, high volatility sports when it comes to where the line's moving and how quickly the lines move, the Odds Logic live odds screen really is a valuable product. Check it out. Again, nothing to buy. Free 7-day trial, oddslogic.com/Teddy. I'm seeing Boston mostly 10s, total sitting in the 231 range in D.C. tonight against the Celtics. And it doesn't look like, obviously, or against the Wizards, I should say. It doesn't look like Brown is going to be able to suit up for Boston. I know that matters a whole lot. What do we see in the association? We see it all the time. A team sits their starter. The opposing team says, they're not playing whoever. They don't play particularly well. And all the players around the starter who's sitting step up. This is a Peyton Pritchard game. If you want props, I'd be certainly targeting Pritchard as someone who had potential to go off this evening. But I don't worry too much about Jaylen Brown missing in a game like this. And clearly, neither the betting markets. This line's been bet down, a half point to a point. It was 10.5 at the open. Now we're sitting at 10. And we look at the series history. It hasn't mattered who's played. The Celtics have certainly been in tough spots against Washington before. But look at the recent matchups. Didn't matter what floor it's on. 136 to 107, 124 to 90, 112 to 98. I got a 108 to 96, a 122 to 102, a 132 to 122, 130 to 104. Yeah, that's the last 7 meetings, all decided by double-digit margins. Every one of them, and Boston's won every one of them, and it doesn't matter what floor they've been on. Washington has had a really hard time competing with this team. And they may still, even with Alex Sarr back in the lineup tonight, and Sarr has been, you want to talk about a guy who's not getting a lot of pub. He's a guy who was the former number 1 overall pick, and a guy who was leading the team in scoring and rebounding, and the markets don't pay much attention whether he's in the lineup or out. So it's not a scenario for Washington where they have anyone who really affects their point spread from the injury standpoint, while Boston does. And it's certainly been a very one-sided series in every recent meeting with Washington. Washington did cover once at plus 17. They covered once at plus 15.5. But that's been the exception rather than the rule in this series. Before I give you my pick for tonight's game, I want to ask you guys one simple favor. If you like this type of analysis, hit that like button. Boop. Thank you. Appreciate it very, very much. And that's really all we ask. If you like, comment below and tell us what you think about this game or any of the other games on tonight's NBA slate. And of course, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the Wager Talk YouTube channel. We're approaching 250,000 subscribers. Started with 0, 10 years ago. Now we got 250,000, approaching 250,000. Why? Because we're putting out good content every day and lots of it. Get instant alerts when these videos go live. Subscribe to Wager Talk TV on YouTube. Comment, like, subscribe. Thank you. I also want to let you know about what's going on my homepage at wagertalk.com. You can visit it directly, wt.buzz/TC. Just go to wagertalk.com. We've got single best bets in the NBA and in college hoops for tonight off a 2-0 college hoop sweep. Last night, a couple of right side winners. In addition, we'll have football up for this week in NFL and college. Obviously, conference championship game should be a whole lot of fun. Check out the homepage, wt.buzz/TC, and take advantage of this special offer if you're interested. Use promo code TEDDY299. That will get you every play, every day in football through the Super Bowl. That includes all the college football, all the bowl games, right through the national championship game. It includes all the remainder of the NFL regular season, all the playoffs. right through the Super Bowl, excuse me, including the props report. There's nothing more to buy. All 5% big tickets are included. There's no nonsense, no bait and switch. Check it out. Again, promo code Teddy299 at checkout will get you the rest of my football season for $299. And yes, I understand this has not been my best football season. I'm well aware, believe me. I haven't given up, and I expect to make money down the stretch. Not the first time I've had a rough November. You know, when you live in Vegas for 28 football seasons, they're not all great. That being said, you don't quit, you keep grinding, and I think we're going to make money down the stretch. Check it out. Get on board. Teddy299 at checkout. We'll get you the rest of my football season, NFL and college, for $299. So I talked about Boston's success in this series and their ability to consistently take care of business against the Wizards. Now, we're talking about a Wizards team that has played a little bit better of late. They have a win over Atlanta, plus 11. They have a win over Milwaukee, plus 10 in their last 2 home games. That's certainly a positive sign. Is it a harbinger of things to come? I'm not convinced that it is. You know, Milwaukee, there are issues with Milwaukee right now. Clearly, Atlanta, they got Atlanta on the very best possible spot, and everything was falling for Washington that night. That's the exception rather than the rule. Boston's playing pretty good defense. I expect the Celtics to be interested. And if they're not, they're good enough to pull away late in this one if need be. If it's going to be a fourth quarter rally, Boston's more than capable of getting us there. But the bottom line, I really try not to put my money on bottom feeders unless there's a good reason in the NBA. There's no good reason here. It's Celtics or pass for this better. Thank you so much for watching Wager Talk TV. Again, appreciate those comments, likes, and follows very, very much. Check out my homepage, wt.buzz/TC. Have yourself a great betting Thursday. Cheers. Thanks for watching.